ridgemonkey.vlog. It's now December. I think we're on the 6th today. Having to film this first little bit in the bivvy because idiot here forgot to charge his phone last night and my battery's dead, so I have it on the charge while we're filming. But it's crazy temperatures today. It's 11-12 degrees, the same yesterday, and it stayed at that right through the night. More like September or an early autumn temperature, to be honest. But in theory it should be brilliant for fishing, but I know the way the fishing's been the last few weeks, it's been very, very slow. I think it's just that constant change in temperature, constant change in weather patterns. It just isn't helping. And it seems to be the same all over. It's not just here, it's all lakes at the minute in the country, and I even know watching stuff on Facebook and following different bits and pieces, there seems to be the same all over England as well. So it's just the way it is. It's going to be one of those winters. But rods are out. We're actually trying something a little bit new today, which honestly went to the dark side as such, onto a ronnierig. Reasons for that was the leaf litter. I know the last couple of sessions, you know, if you're fishing anywhere near the margins at all, the middle of the lake seems to be not too bad, but anywhere near the margins at all, you're coming back with twigs and leaves every single time. And no doubt you may be getting buried in that. So if the bottom bait, or you know, a very low pop-up or something, you could definitely be getting in. Again, if the fish come in to feed over that any free bait you have put in, you know, all it takes is them to swish their tail around or flick their pecks and your rig's going to be covered in leaves. So we're trying that, just sitting it popped up just an inch or so, just the depth of the hook really. It's the way the ronnie rig's designed. I'll give you a look at that in a little while. But we're trying that to see if that'll make a difference. But what else I went up to this week? We fished a session last week actually. I done one day last week, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I had one fish. Again, it's more about 5-6 pound. Nothing massive, but hey, fish is a bonus at this time of the year. We're not blanking, and that's the main thing. But say what I went up to, spent a couple of days there trimming back branches around the lake, removing tackle from trees, some undesirable items as normal. You'll all know who you are. But we've already had that little rant on Facebook, so we'll not go there again. But no, it's looking good. Say what else have we been doing? We have washed all our mats and nets this week, tidied all those up. For those of you who don't know the fishery, we run all our own equipment here. All our own lantern nets, unhooking mats, we actually create race cradles, weigh slings, everything's supplied here. You don't need to bring any of that. It keeps the risk of disease out as much as we possibly can. I say we've all got to do our bit. I say we disinfect those once a month just to keep them in good condition. Not that we've obviously any disease here, but just keeps them in good condition, keeps them clean. Unfortunately, anglers are very lazy sometimes. They don't wash them out. There'll be lots of spilt pellet in them and stuff, and bacteria and stuff could grow in that. So we give them a rinse out once a month, give them all disinfect, and just keep them in good condition. But apart from that, I say no big projects at the minute. It's obviously the time of year, the ground's very wet, everything's in muck, so we're not really doing anything out of the ordinary. Just keeping on top of things and working away. The rods are out, as you can see. Actually, there's something we got this week, was that new, give you a look at that later on, new water bucket from Ridgemonkey, the one with the clear front, just for testing rigs in and things like that. Very, very useful. We'll get a wee look at that in a little while. But I say rods are out. We've one over the left margin over here. I did see a few fish topping this morning, so this southwesterly's blowing in here and it's looking good. And the other one's actually out. There's obviously nobody else on the lake today, so I can cast wherever I want really. So the other one's out just off the island. On the usual slip D rig, we milky malt pop-up, or dumbbell, sorry, and we PVA bag of pellet. What are you barking about, Susie? What do you say? Aye, give over. That's that wee dumbbell, as usual. DNA baits, wee milky malts. But so we'll give that a go. We'll see what comes of it. We'll get this phone charged up, get a bit more filament done. I'll chat to you in a bit. First one of the session. Nice little mare. I'm sure I fished is 6, maybe 7 pound, nice and deep, great condition. Lovely colours on them this time of year. Lovely dark colours because the water's cleared out a little bit in the winter. Fish tend to darken up a little bit, but that's a nice start, we'll take that. So, bite in the winter's a bonus. And that one come again in that wee milky malt dumbbell. And a little PVA bag of maize just fished out. Not tight to the island or anything, sort of 3/4 of the way from here. Somewhere about here. Again, there's a couple of fish top in there, so that's why we chose that spot. But we'll get this one out again, see if we can't get an bite. Fish number 2. Only a small one. Nice little mare. But they're all welcome at this time of year. So fish is a bonus. But we'll just slip this boy straight back. If he would swim in the right direction. There he goes. Yeah, again, that one's on that milky malt again. I'll just show you that rig again for any of you who are new to the vlog. Just usual slip D rig. We've dropped down to a size 8 hook for the time of year. Just a wee dumbbell, white dumbbell. So that's a milky malt from DNA Baits. Personally, I don't think the flavour makes any difference. I think it's more just that mouthful of food with a little, we're fishing in conjunction with a little PVA bag of the pellet and maize that we feed the fish this time of year. And just our usual inline setup, and about 18 inches of tungsten tubing just to sink it all down. Actually using that one with a little flan back lead, so it just sinks that line a little bit further back. Obviously as we cast out, that flies back towards us and just sinks the line down. Keeps everyone pinned out of the way. But that's what's working this morning. So far this fancy Ronnie rig hasn't done anything, but we'll persevere with it and see if we can't entice a bite. But we'll get this one back out again, see if we can't get another. Well, this has turned into an unreal session. We're the middle of December, well, the start of December should I say. Biggest fish of the year so far, 15 pound common. That's made my day, in fact, made the winter. Absolute cracking, mint condition common. I had very much doubt if that fish has ever seen a hook. His mouth was in absolutely first class condition. I'll say 15 pound more or less on the button. And it's absolutely teeming down, but I'm soaked, but not that it matters. A fish like that. But I say it's turned into an unreal session. Say that's fish number 5. Well, I am absolutely soaked right through. Even the waterproofs I think haven't held up, but hey, it was worth it. 15 pound, that's the biggest fish to come out of the lake for a long time. I'm over the moon with that. Again, I bang on about it all the time. When you consider we bought all our fish in 2011, 2012 at 2 to 3 inches, to get them to 15 pound now is unbelievable. I'm very, very proud of the fishery, and it makes all that hard work. I say I could drum on about it all the time. I'm sure everybody's sick listening to it, but it really does make the hard work worthwhile when you see fish like that. See, that fish is absolutely mint. I doubt if it's ever seen a hook, it was when it was very, very young, because there was not a mark on it. But it's absolutely lashing down. As you can see, the rod's still sitting there. Again, that's that wee milky malt again. Again, just that slip D rig. I say the inline and a wee PVA bag of our pellet maize. I say that's just been over, just off the island, not tight to the island or anything. And I say the Ronnie rig so far has done none, so don't know. I'll show you it later on when the rain goes over and dries up, but at the moment I haven't much confidence in it. It's something I haven't really used before, and obviously simply it's simple, sticking to the simple usual tactics. So the only thing I've changed in the winter is I've dropped down to size 8 hook, and that's mainly because of the size of the bait, slightly smaller. I usually fish 18mm boilies, as you know, so say I've dropped the hook size just to match the size of the bait a little bit better. But no, we're over the moon with that one. But I'm gonna finally get this cup of tea drunk and we'll get this rod back out, see if we can't get another one. But I'll say 5 fish so far in December. Definitely this mild weather, that temperatures up last night just has made all the difference. Because I say the lake had been fishing very, very hard. So we're over the moon with that one. We'll get this back out and see if we can't case another bite. Apart from one bream, which we just slipped straight back. It's quiet from I had that comment earlier at 1:15. Excuse the plane in the background. It's gone quiet, which is typical this time of day. It always seems to tail off no matter what time of year it is, in and around lunchtime. What was that, Susie? A birdie? Did you hear a birdie? Did you hear a birdie? But I say it's been very quiet ever since, but still looking good for a bite. The rain's just come on again here. So I've hidden the bivvy till the rain goes over. But that's that little rig I was telling you about. You can see the way it sits in the water. Quite aggressive with the pop-up. And that little shot in the hook link just to sink it. But I'm not going to go into how to tie it. There's loads of videos online on YouTube about how to tie the ronnierig. You just type it in, you'll find numerous videos on it. But I say, didn't work today. But you can see how that would sit on top of the leaf litter. Obviously that stiff hook link, it would kick it away from the lead every time. But it didn't work today, but not to say another day. And that's that little water bucket as well I was telling you about, the wee ridgemonkey one, with a clear front in it. Great for testing rigs, especially if you're wanting to set rigs up. Definitely a good job. Obviously numerous uses for it, not only keeping your mats and nets wet, keeping the fish nice and damp, washing your hands, dishes, giving Susie a drink, but mainly designed for, I'll say, with that clear front to let you see. Water bucket's a water bucket at the end of the day, like, but it's definitely a good job if you're looking one. In fact, it's collapsible as well. It tucks away inside the mat, doesn't take up any room. But check out the ronnierig. It's a good rig. Definitely on the right day. No doubt it'll produce, just not today. I'll say being confident in your rigs is definitely a big thing, and I'm super confident with that slip D rig. Maybe it was a bit silly moving on to something different at this time of the year and when the fishing's hard enough, but as I say, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go another day too and see if we can produce a bite or two on it. But say the left hand rod, we've moved it out to the island as well. That's actually the one that done the bream, say back on that slip D. But the nights are getting longer all the time at the moment. Another a few weeks before we get into that sort of shortest day of the year, and then they're on the turn. But it's already, it says about 3 o'clock and it's already starting to darken and down. You see the sun's dropping right down over the hills there. But we'll give it another hour, see if we can't taste another bite. We'll get the kettle on now, another cup of tea, and we'll see what the afternoon produces. What do you think, Susie? Oh, she's going to sleep. Right, I'll get this job of tea, we'll see what happens. That's almost it for another session. We've had one more this afternoon, one more small comment. Only about 2-3 pound. Probably one of the smallest ones in here. But that was 6 carp with bream, and that one I say at 15 pound. It's the biggest fish to come out in a few years, so we're well chuffed with that on winter's day. Always say a fish is a bonus, especially this time of year. But we're all packed down, bivvy and all's away. Just the last few bits and pieces to go onto the trolley. But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the wee bell, give us a wee like, and we'll chat to you next time.